You interested in coaching? We'll start with that.
I got interested in coaching because I felt like about a year ago, I started taking not a year ago, it's like I'll say like 7 months ago, 6 months
Yeah.
ago, I started taking the game a lot more seriously. And I wanted to be able to improve because I just felt like such a bot and I wanted to like actually get invested in the game and like really improve. This is like my first person shooter ever, and I started off as like fucking silver Lucio Moira bot player and then slowly started getting up and now I'm masters, but I
hmm
still feel this kind of like imposter syndrome where I'm like, nah, I'm boosted, I'm not good,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. How long you been playing?
For since Overwatch 2 came out about like a
Okay.
year or so, year and a half.
And then more seriously in like the last 7, 8 months.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of pivoted mindset for you to take it more seriously?
When I was watching my friends play and they were just talking about like, God, I should have played differently because of the ult economy they have, and I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? This is like more than a game to you. Like you think about this a lot, and that was kind of fun, and interesting to see that. And
Yeah.
I liked seeing them just kind of dominate. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do it. Me. I want to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It makes sense. Makes sense. And then I noticed that at least on paper, it kind of pivoted your hero pool as a result. Was that more of like a reflection of you taking it more seriously, or as you took it more seriously, you realized that you actually enjoyed other characters more? Like, how did that work?
That was the latter. Because when I first started, my friends were like, okay, yeah, just Moira, Lucio, Mercy. Those are the easy characters. Try that or Soldier.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so I like, that's all I knew. But then I'm like, wait a minute. Ana and Zen are kind of,
yeah.
I
Good
fuck with that a
taste.
lot.
Good taste. Good taste. Okay. Learn and identify the goal of any team composition. Obviously, this might have changed since you filled this out, so let me know. More macro oriented.
Um,
Seems like it seems like you're looking for feedback today specifically.
yeah, I think sometimes just with certain maps, I struggle so hard with just like knowing where to put myself. Like in
Yeah.
more than any other map, like in like at Ilios specifically,
Yeah.
Ilios is such a God, I hate that map.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. Okay, okay. So we'll look mostly at macro stuff. Hero pool for you at the time of the form was Ana Kiriko Juno. I assume that's kind of pivoted depending on the meta. What's it been looking like recently, and what's the breakdown of characters? Like Ana's the most played, Juno is the least played, or Zenyatta, or what?
Mm, I pick Ana at first, and then if the lobby's too good, I've been like trying to go Brig. The VODs today
Mm-hmm.
don't have Brig, but you're getting yeah, today they're both Ana VODs, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Makes sense. So is it just all Ana and then Brig occasionally, or is there a third party as well?
Uh, the Brig is like a desperation pick, but usually it'll be Ana, Juno Zen.
Okay. Okay. In that order.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What's your reasoning for picking Juno Zen? Because you described Ana and then Brigitte if things feel too hard. When does Juno Brig come in? Or Juno Zen, excuse me.
Juno comes in when I'm on like Flashpoint, and I feel like we need a speed, and like I don't have
Yep.
another speed character.
Okay. More open
And
map.
then
Speed feels necessary. Okay. Zen.
and then the Zen comes in when I feel like I'm on like Havana or like more longer sightline
Yeah.
maps.
Okay.
Sometimes
Seems
Circuit.
reasonable. Seems reasonable. Okay. Sounds good. And then where are you at rank wise the last couple of weeks? Post reset?
I'm I'm M4 support right now, and
M4
then
support. Okay.
Masters other roles.
Okay. Sounds good. And then goals were to like, you'd like to touch GM basically, and
Yeah.
have more understanding of macro and how to engage. Now, this is not the first time. Early in the forum, you also talked about wanting to know how to engage, and I assume that kind of goes back to your previous point, which was more about like how to set yourself up, how to set yourself up positionally. Is that the case?
Yeah, I especially like if they have a widow or something, I'm terrible at like scouting. Like I play so scared that
Yeah,
I feel like I don't do anything. It's like, oh, I don't want to die and throw, but then I'm also throwing because I'm not really engaged enough. Like I'm just too
yeah,
scared of everything.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, fair enough. We'll take a look at that. I mean, that can be a tricky challenge to figure out. We'll look at that then. Now you got a freaking weird playtime here, and this is the time of the forum, which was infrequently, but around for 3 hours when you do. Is that changed? Is that approximately still the same? I know that's probably very dependent on the week. Most people it is, but on average, what does that generally look like?
like my playtime in a week, like hours wise.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say like throughout a week, I have like three days where I play like a lot, where like I'll be on call with my friends at like night for like maybe 2, 3, 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
But then other days, maybe cold turkey or just like quick playing with my friend. And
Yeah.
it's just
Okay.
like it'll come in like that burst.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And is it more of like a social thing, like depends on like what my friends are doing and depends on what I feel like, or is there other factors at mind or at play as well?
More depends of like when I get home from work and I'm tired and do homework and then like see, am I up for this? Do I really want to fucking play Overwatch right now?
Yeah, yeah, I get
And
that. I mean,
choosing that.
that's it's one of those games for sure, and it kind of always will be one of those games for better or worse. So, okay, yeah. I'm trying to think here. So let's just put it this way. Like, I mean, that's fine. Like, that's really your call, your choice in that regard. Like, what you want to do with that and approach that. But obviously, like, you kind of have to scale your expectations as a result. Like, if I was working with like a plat player that wanted to reach your rank, we would have a conversation about things that they need to be doing better to squeeze more value out of their time, right? Like to be more consistent, not necessarily playing for longer or even necessarily more hours, just more consistent across more days, right?
Hmm.
You miraculously have managed to pull it off despite that, right? And so, like, to be honest with you, that's great, but I think that like you're at a point in time now where like we're gonna keep honestly measuring our expectations just based off of how you're practicing right now, right? Like the average grandmaster player is basically playing almost every day for a couple hours, right? Now, does that mean it's impossible for you to do that? No, absolutely not. You absolutely can. Just know that that's going to be the absolute lowest hanging fruit for immediate reward. Let's put it that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
need to
for you,
lock in essentially. I
well,
gotta,
I mean,
I
well, I
gotta
mean, no,
prioritize.
well, kind of, you maybe you don't. Like, I've worked with players that reach Grandmaster playing like 4 or 5 hours a week, right? But those are more
Oh
the
damn.
exceptions rather than the rule, right? Yeah, and also those players often have like bigger backgrounds if they've played Overwatch a long time ago, and so they just need to like kind of maintain Grandmaster. So it's like a
I see.
different kind of skill set. So for you, is it's like you're kind of going into this without a lot of my brilliant wizard strategy that will instantly climb you to top 500, right? So
Hmm.
maybe
It's been
maybe
painful. I've been waiting
yeah,
for my angel Spylo to come
yeah,
above.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna resurrect your mind apparently, but like maybe that's the strategy. Maybe it's like it's actually gonna work, but maybe what I'm saying is like maybe it's not. Maybe it's like you can understand the strategy and I can give you some cool feedback and all that kind of stuff, but it's more likely like most of my students don't really climb from my brilliance. Most of them are just because I'm like, yo, this is like some system stuff that you probably should adjust, and this will probably help you. So I'm just like a little moment of humility here. It's really hard for me to be humble. I'll just have you know. But basically, it's like I'm trying to like let you know that this is like, yeah, maybe, but also maybe not. Just kind of keep that in mind. I'm not gonna
Whatever
promise
the
you stuff.
yeah. No, it's okay. Whatever the result is, I'm just happy to like be here and get another eye,
All right,
on my
all right,
gameplay.
all right, all right. Well, I appreciate
So
it.
even yeah, E-
Yeah.
even if I drop to gold, I won't blame you too hard. It's all right. I
Okay,
understand.
okay. I see how it is. So now I'm just under a lot of pressure right now. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So playtime obviously is a bit of a factor specifically in terms of how you're spreading it out, but obviously like this is a game, so you shouldn't be like hard forcing it just for the sake of forcing it. So just keep that in mind. One other thing I will say as well is that like I would consider how you're practicing as well in terms of like your hero pool. I think Ana's and Juno and then Brigitte when it goes badly is like not a bad thing, but it is a lot of characters, and maybe that's something that you could be doing a little bit more strategically. I know you're probably not playing Zenyatta all that much, but like I think the first concern is like, okay, I go Brigitte when it's hard. Well, why is it hard? Is it the map? Is
Um.
it the heroes? Like what specifically?
Sometimes I feel like it'll be a specific. I think no, actually the comp more of, because like I mean, I'm kind of a noob. I've always struggled against dive, and so when I fucking check tab and I see Ball, Sombra, Genji, Lucio, and I'm like, this might not be the easiest for me.
True,
And if I
true,
feel like I'm
true.
just permadead, then I'll just be like, all right, well,
That
let me
that's
try Brig.
true. That's true. But that's kind of like where you would want to do at least occasional limit testing and like figure out, okay, is it this the map thing? Is it me screwing up? Is it misplaying? And so on.
Mhm.
Just food for thought there. But okay. Any other questions here? I guess we can just take a look at gameplay if you'd like.
No, I'm ready to. I'm ready to. Let's
Okay.
look at it. Let's go.
Let's cook. So we've got 2 games here. Runesapi. First game I felt I played well. I tried to be proactive, thinking about enemy old economy, but still turned into a close match. Second game is where I felt I struggled positionally because I find this map very complicated to play. It is one of my worst maps for sure. I look gold. Love to hear it. And this is the Ilias one that you were talking about earlier, right?
Yeah.
Which one do you want to start with? We'll have time for both, most likely.
Runesapi, it's only like 10 minutes long. We can start with that.
All right, let's take a look here. So these are both Ana, as you said.
Yes.
Love the taste. Ana's probably my favorite character. I did want to
Yes.
commit a war crime when they nerfed her nade to 14 seconds because that doesn't make any sense to me. But
It
that's
felt
okay.
so ridiculous to me,
It does.
but
It's
what
the
can you
worst nerf they
do?
could have given her, but she needed a nerf. Let's be honest, but not that. Okay. What is Ana good at compared to other supports? Is the crucial question.
Playing from far away?
Well, yes and no, because Zenyatta you'd say would be better than that,
Right.
right? So keep going. You're on the right track compared to most supports, but keep going.
She's good at. Well, I was gonna say enabling plays, but like that's a stupid ass answer. I'm not
It
sure.
really is, yeah.
I'm not sure. Can you help me?
Look at her kit. Does anyone else have a nade-like cooldown?
Like a nade? No, not really.
Ana has the range pressure. So while I was kind of being kind of an ass, you are right. Like the range, more than most supports, is definitely a factor. Like, so that's great. But a lot of it is also nade too, because nade is probably the most lethal immediate offensive cooldown in the game. Just because of how much damage it does and the anti. I mean, we don't have to tell you how impactful it is. So Ana's one of those, like, I hate to use this term, but she's a tempo. She's a tempo character.
Tempo tank. Tempo.
Yeah, the world's first tempo support. Who would have known? So you have a character that is a lot of value front loaded around those cooldowns. And so, like, this is one of those moments where you look at this and you're like, hey, I'm doing the Ana thing, right? But also maybe you're not, because are you in a position to land an anti-nade?
It's hard. Like I could,
It's hard.
but it's hard.
It's hard, but it needs to be the first question that you ask yourself with this character, basically all the time. All the time. Now, you can look at this and be like, this is Sombra Kiriko Winston. I might get dove. I need to save my anti-nade. Sure. But that needs to be the first thing that you're thinking about. You understand what I'm saying? So when you rotate out here, your first question has to be,
What are they on?
what's the nade strat?
Like,
What's the nade strat? Yeah, exactly. What's the nade strat? Okay, I see bubble. No more fear, right? No more fear of a Winston dive. So let's walk forward and look for a better nade spot. You get what I'm saying? Because the irony is that if you get a good nade here, then you won't need to worry about being dove necessarily. Not as much anyway. You understand? So
Yeah.
really the two things we're on is like, let's get offensive output. Let's get a sight line first, and then let's start thinking about my nade. So nade, and you see the problem here. There isn't enough of a priority on thinking, where's my next sight line? And I kind of like what you're doing right here. But where your attention should be is not on chip healing Sizzlet, whatever the frick that means, but on where, number one, where is my sight line? And number two, where's my nade sight line? And maybe they're both the same, right? So you tell me. With the power of hindsight and the power of 0.25, where do you go?
I could peek through that door to the right. I could land something right here. Probably. I could probably
Okay, give me another option. That's good.
Maybe open the angle up to the left more.
Bless you. Perfect. Merry Christmas. Now, with the power of hindsight, we know that this was going to be the perfect angle, but I knew this is
Damn,
because
that's so
I'm beautiful.
juicy.
But I knew it
Damn.
based off of the information that you had of where their backline was and where the Winston was, right? And you notice that this isn't just coincidentally a good nade angle. This is just a good angle, period, for anything that you want to do.
Yeah.
Now, is this always going to be a good angle? No. What if they run like Ryan, and Ryan just runs it down your throat? Well, then all of a sudden, maybe you need to be opening up here, and you have to take the jump pad. And you kind of get what I'm saying? Positioning with Ana is in the pursuit of a nade angle, cover, and a sight line, right? But it is not static. It's dynamic. It depends. But it does have to be your priority. And so what we do is we not only say, you must put attention on this. But we also say you need to stop putting attention on other things. I also just realized that I'm on the wrong scene here. So you're going to be staring at my stupid coaching scene here. Okay, so the recording will miss the first context. Hello, viewers. This bad angle, this juicy angle. That is all. Okay, now we're good now. Yeah, the recording was like just staring at Coach Spile. Okay, yeah, see, there you go. But you see how like it took you too long to get here? And then let's also be nitpicky here. What's the problem with this position? It's not terrible, but it could be better. Why? And how?
To me, if they're better, I feel like I die here. And because I took a lot of poke from the Zen, I'm discorded. I'm like half health now. And that's their monkey, right? The red one?
Yeah. But you see, you're looking at like this like a symptomatic way of like, okay, this hurts, this bad. But like, okay, what caused those symptoms and what makes you feel uncomfortable? How can you objectively fix the position, right? And it's just go in the room.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That alone puts you at the better distance and means that you have better cover, which means that there's less panic. And there's less panic, you don't use sleep dart. We don't use sleep dart. You get an actual threat to this character. And then you don't have to rotate away. So it all kind of starts snowballing away from that position. You don't play this poorly. You hit some nice shots. You weren't playing completely in the open. You hit some nice nades outside of that one. And so it's fine. Like you check the basic boxes here. I thought that was going to hit. Holy smokes.
Me too!
Oh, she's bubbled. We're stupid.
Oh.
Both you and I are stupid. Hang on. We got to actually find out if that would have hit if there was no bubble. Oh, that definitely hits.
It so would have. It so would have.
Dude, the lighting threw me off. I was like, oh, I thought it was... Okay, well, we're dumb. So at least you're in good company. So, all right. We'll check the box. So a lot of this has to do with like your question about engages. You notice that like does an Ana really engage? Kind of like not necessarily like jumping on the enemy team necessarily, but it does need to be a conversation internally about like where am I going to have the most impact here, right? Like right now, do you feel like? Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say. I remember before I got coached by Awkward, and he was always like, "Oh, you got to be doing damage 100% of the time," and I love doing damage, but I feel like a lot of times when I try and like engage, I'm just feeding. And especially against this comp, I feel like I can't, it's hard for me to engage with them. I feel like I have to be more reactionary with them. Sure.
I think Awkward's coaching can be really good. I think like to me, it's more about like what's going to allow you to do damage versus something like this. It's going to be a sightline, right? It's going to be, that's where you're going to be able to do damage and do damage safely, right? So you look at this right now and you're thinking, okay, I'm not currently doing damage right now, but will I have the opportunity to, when this fight properly starts, to contribute and not die immediately? Well, in theory, yes. So like right now, this is the moment of truth. Where do you go? I'm not going to even turn my camera.
Well, I should be getting ready to go back.
Yeah, but that's not. Left. But see, you're right. Okay, so back to the left. So okay, here.
Ideally, elevator.
Why elevator? Good. Why?
Well, what's gonna happen is they want to jump me right now, and going to elevator, I get to get back up to this height. I get more LOS to my Kiri and just cover in general.
Yeah. You have LOS to do damage though, and to land in theory and anti-nade, right? But the ultimate goal is I need to find cover. I need to find a sightline.
I'm lucky that he messed up his bubble.
And you notice that because you don't have a plan, you will either die and do damage, or you will live and do no damage. I don't like that. I want you to live and do damage. And that was because your rotation, you didn't know where you were going to go before it started. And so now everything here feels like a consequence of, oh gosh, my heart rate, you know what I'm saying? And like, that's not the position that you want to be in. It's going to happen sometimes with Ana, but that should only happen when they're blowing like ultimates. You get what I'm saying? You should never put yourself in a bad position without some sort of reward.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, I baited them, guys. Go get them now. I fed my brains out. You guys can kill them. You're very welcome. That I'm so humble.
It's brilliant. What do you think?
Well, this is kind of silly, but like my Kiri is already like doing the surprise angle, and I'm like, oh, maybe I can follow up with a nade for her. Maybe
Are you gonna have cover here? Are you gonna have something of a sightline?
I wasn't gonna play here forever, but this is not really a sightline. No. Not this.
Well, it might be once because you're not. I mean, are you planning on staying here? No. What's the end goal?
I just know.
We're gonna go here, right? Or here, right?
Yeah.
It's a sightline. It's all right. Let's be honest. It's silly. But yeah, I see it. There's a reward for the risk. I'm okay with me. It's okay with me.
So yeah, I kind of want to just, all right, I'm gonna get a quick nade, see if my carry can do something off of
Yeah.
it, and then rotate to the left.
Yeah,
Usually
and
how
then
you like playing here.
does this have sightlines cover? Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. Okay, I'm okay with this. Now, do you need to do this? Maybe not. Make it just sat here, but I don't hate this. This is fine.
It's me trying to like limit test and like do something. And I'm like,
Yeah.
look, I did the thing, and now I'm getting into my chaser.
And do you notice because you actually put the time to set up? Now, to be fair, this is a really easy spot to set up with the Zana. This isn't exactly a challenging moment for you, right? But because you at least did the bare minimum, now you can do the awkward. You see it?
Yeah.
Now you can just turn your brain off and blow people up, right? It's really easy because you put the bare minimum of setting up, right? That's why putting priority on damage first is like you're trying to skip steps. You get what I'm saying? You're being an outcome oriented Ana, where a good outcome is damage, but that outcome comes when you set up yourself well. This nano's good as well, by the way. So now you can do whatever you want. You can pop shots. You can hold an angle. I want to see way more damage here. I don't like this quick scope.
I'm being really scared.
You're
I'm
quick
being
scoping.
really scared.
Yeah, you're quick scoping on a Malga that doesn't have slam and is not even looking at you. So that's where you would need more micro. Like you need to do more damage there because you've done everything well and then you just acted weird, right? You're like high school dance, kind of a
I
moment
watched
there, right?
that and I was like, what the hell am I doing? It didn't feel that weird in game, but watching it, I'm like, why am I?
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm gonna get my head blown off every second. Like
Sure.
that's what it always feels like.
But it's probably because of the first step that you fail.
Yeah.
You look back into what happened first fight. You look back at what happened the second fight. You were under a lot of pressure because your positioning was poor, and so then when you get into an actually good position, you're still gun shy.
I see. It's because I'm not used to actually not being a noob. And
The
so once
third
I'm finally
fight-
doing,
Yeah. Whether it was the flank or you opening the sight line, this was the most work that you've put between fights into thinking about your setup, and therefore you're like, oh, I'm not used to this feeling of complacency,
there's the constant stress and knot in my stomach. I can't play like this.
Like right now, you're like, I'm gonna have to leave card here. Like this is not good, right? So you should already know where you're going to go because we know where this fight's gonna happen, right? It's gonna happen somewhere uphill in about 10 seconds. So where are you gonna go? And to be very clear, I don't think there's really any one answer here. It's do you want to go more risky? Do you want to play more passive? But there's still gonna be some objectively good and objectively bad positions. Give me 3. Give me 3 objectively good positions. Maybe not perfect, but good. You tell me.
Okay. My first thought objectively is that little stairway in the door. I can still see my team,
Give me
but I
right-
can get out easy.
Give me right, left, middle. Give me a direction here.
It's like to the left. Like you see my
so
character.
here.
This
Okay.
little thing. That's
Low
not that
risk,
bad.
low risk, low reward. Yeah. Good sight line, decent nade angle, lots of cover. I think there's a health pack in here. No, I'm stupid. I'm a professional coach. So yeah, you got good cover here. That's good. Number 1. Okay, give me 2 more. You're gonna have to get a little saucy with this.
A little saucier. Okay, I'm thinking a little riskier. We're going up the stairs. Going up the stairs. I can get
Yep.
an angle. I think I can still push cart. Not sure.
Even if you don't, you might need to push it here, and then at some point, okay, we're walking forward. I'm already backing off and controlling, finding cover, and with a better sight line. High risk, high reward. It's okay with me. This is not. There's no objective rule about high risk versus high reward. Now, I might want to manage my distance a little bit more versus a composition like this, but if you're gonna die here, you are going to die in a blaze of glory. I respect it. Okay, give me another one. Get really saucy with it. You see
If
it?
I'm really saucy and I'm not even pushing cart, I play that mega.
Yeah, let's
I play
go.
that
So push the
fucking
card
mega.
here, bump, get to here, either hide or peek this doorway here, pop it, duck in, maybe play the mega. I don't love the mega itself because, again, the cover thing, but like you got choices here. Heck, you could even walk in here if you had time earlier, didn't have to push card, and
Holy shit.
hide, right? Like there are obviously distance advantages versus Sombra Tracer, but this is where you can kind of cheat the system where it's like, okay, I will die, but I'm going to cause you so much pain,
Yeah.
right? So it's not about high risk, low risk. It's about I'm going to get reward for my risk by always thinking about cover and angle, and whether that's a deep angle or whether that's a short angle. I don't know. I feel what I feel like in the moment, right? Like right now, you're pushing cards, so I would probably realistically go for the low risk, low reward play because of the situation, right? Like this is still impactful. You can still land an anti-nade from here. You can still do damage from here, but you see how you're kind of, the lines are gray here. It's kind of middling, right? You didn't really have a sight line. You didn't really have damage. And I think the intention was to disengage the Kitsune Rush, but I think it could have done that while still maintaining a sight line at the same time.
Yeah. I think it's like, I don't like always want to be on cart, but then it's just kind of people, on a person's cart. Really,
it's
my
fine.
character should be on that shit, but
true. But it's fine as long as you go, as this fight breaks out, I know where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? I think people are like, there's either I'm taking high ground, I'm pushing cart, and there's no in between, and that's completely false.
About the aftermath.
Right. There's completely false. Like, yeah, you might not get to the perfect position, but you could certainly improve it from other than sitting right on cart. Mm-hmm. I think we saw that even with the second fight when you could have rotated back out the jump pad, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I fumble. I guess like walk on corners sometimes, and I'll literally die because I get stuck on a corner.
I mean, it happens. What do you think about this position here? Because this is a mid-fight improvisation, right? Like, this is not exactly what you're expecting to do. What do you think?
I think there's potential for glory here. I think there's potential.
I think so too, right? It seems like you're actually kind of keyed in here, right? You've got cover. You've got a bit of a sight line. You know that there's a couple of threats, but you know that they're farther away. So, yeah I can live with this. Yeah, we're cooking. Now, you should be ashamed of yourself for that nade. I'm going to call your mother about that one.
Please
but
don't.
But this, do you see the result, right? You chunked, like, literally the most important thing you needed to do there was hit your nade, and you failed it, and yet it still feels okay because you at least did your homework, right? Like, look at how uncomfortable it is for this tracer to access you. So there's recall, there's translocator, there's overrun and cardiac. Okay, now we're just the greatest, I guess.
Look at that chat. Look at me, chat. Gamer Girls Rise and Conquer.
That's crazy. And the only reason you hit the freaking Malga is because you got the freaking bounce. You are the absolute worst on I think I've ever seen.
They say, oh, don't get double bounce, get freaking groggy noob. I'm like, no, fuck you. I get the best nades because of this.
Yeah. Only because you can't hit the first direct anyway, so you might as well. Your hand's being held. Holy crap. But I want to say, first step, really good. Rest of the fight, easy mode from that. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. It's not always going to be easy, but yeah, good stuff. And hey, you made them swap the D.Va. Nicely done.
We gotta do something about that nade.
Yeah, we gotta do something about that nade. Can we counter swap the tank, please? No, this is good. This is like super low risk, but this is where it's like you have a nice sight line, you have cover, so you could just kind of turn your brain off and play patty cake. I even like the nade there because it felt like you were actively thinking about Matrix, and you almost landed it. So as much as I would love to call you trash, I actually think it's like pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I'm just thinking so hard, I just like, it's so hard.
Well, you got to use all 4 of the brain cells here. Nano was fine. It was good. I'm just glad to see you, use a Nano. The fight is still winnable. Nano BAP, he gets the DMAC or he forces her out. Yeah, good nade. Or good Nano. Good nade, I said, as you naded into Matrix.
Nah,
yeah, no, this has been good. This has been good. Now, this is where you have to. This is where people. You've heard the term rotations, right? This is where you need to rotate because we went from good position, objective moves, fight location moves. All of a sudden, you look like a clown, right? Now, right now, there's a lot of pressure on you, so I'm going to cut you some slack right now. But now you need to move better position. Okay, where go?
I wish that I stayed next to my BAP and went through that door to the left, maybe. But since I already backed up.
Sure. I would say give me 2 more options, but we already know what those 2 options are, right? We've played this game before, right? This would be better than where you're at right now. Going upstairs, getting this position would be better than where you are right now.
Yeah.
So I think you're gonna go stairs. Well, okay, so nobody's pushing cart, but yeah, I mean, you do need to like develop the position as the fight goes. Holy crap!
That's not my fault. I got scammed. I got scammed. My monkey body blocked my nade.
But why did your monkey body block your nade?
Because
why are you here? Why?
I'm not in a good place.
You got 3 frickers in cart. Get the frick off of the floor. Get the staircase here. Pull the fruity here. You've got your nade. Just sleep there. Who cares? She's DMAC. Go. Like your choice here. Do you want to go for the high risk or do you want to go for the low risk? Yeah, but don't be here when you've already got somebody else on cart, right? Yeah. And so this is a little bit me being just a bully because it's the second step positioning, right? It's the fight location move. This is a classic push moment, right? Where fight locations move. But you got it. But this is a consistent problem with you. You don't always get the first step and you almost never get the second step set. And so despite hitting some nice shots here, like Wapamo, right? Love to see that one. It's you're kind of vaguely in the back and vaguely with cover. And that's about all I expect from you positionally. Like what is this? What is this? Okay.
I don't. It was my first game on. Okay, I will. This is my first game on.
Okay,
and I was
You know
like,
what? This at least is a little better here. At least we have something of a sight line. I mean, I wouldn't mind you opening up an angle. Give me 2 more positions other than this. Let's see if you can flex your map knowledge.
I liked that right area, the right doorstep. I think there's like something in here that could have been a little bit good.
Yeah,
I really like that.
You're isolated, but you're super far from dive threats, which makes it really awkward for them. Yeah, especially if you have double CDs. Give me another one.
Top left with my soldier.
Yeah, why not?
Crosshairs.
Different angle here, right? This is a +1. Yeah, they're good stuff. And you kind of see how, like, because you're stacked with your BAP, not that that's a hard rule, you have to be split from your other support. It does mean that you're limited with how much you can support your soldier or tracer.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
here I want to glaze myself and say that I know that they're gonna have EMP, and so I don't want to be too stacked to my team. I want to be able to have nade for when the rest of my team gets EMP'd. And I guess in my head, the first thing was like, okay, just be super far away from the fight,
Yeah,
just like,
but you notice that both the positions that you chose would have dodged EMP as well. Both those angles.
You're right. Oh, you're right.
But hey, can I say something though? Like, am I allowed to say something? Okay, yeah, no, okay. I don't know why I'm asking permission here, but I respect you actually thinking about something positionally here, right? Like, it's really fun to beat you over the head with a wiffle bat here, but you were engaged on thinking. You weren't being creative enough, and you definitely have the habit of just kind of visibly holding the long sightline and main and praying that that's good enough. But I respect what you did with the MP, right? That's good. That's nice. Like, you're taking factors into how you position. Like, I would also probably expect that you probably don't always play this far away when you're playing versus snipers. Now, we talked about that earlier. So let's just go ahead and whip it out right now. You're playing versus Widowmaker right now. Where do you position?
Lord. I think soldier. That's my soldier.
Why?
Somewhere left side. Because this is like kind of, I was gonna say it's weird for her to shoot, but actually it might be easy angle.
Well, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. So keep going from here. Keep going from here. Where do you go?
Maybe even further. Like,
yeah,
not with my tracer, but in this room, because that's like an awkward angle for a widow to shoot.
So this is why when we went back, this is like, I set this up. I'm a wizard, okay? The reason why when I asked your positional priorities and you said only sightline, that's why it's such a problem, because it's only half of what Ana brings. The other half we talked about was nade, but nade is what allows you to hold these angles without immediate fear of painful death. So when there's a widow threat on the field, you're not just like, well, GG's, can't play sniper character, because you actually have a cooldowns that function in short ranges. Zenyatta could never. I mean, that's kind of actually exaggeration. He actually could, but not as comfortably as you, right? So you're not as myopic as a Widowmaker. Boy, that's a 2-bit word. You can hold a lot more different angles with I say myopic and I say a lot more. That's just genius. You can hold angles like this without getting punished immediately. Yeah. You understand? So when you talked about it, like, I don't know how to engage, I don't know how to set up versus these snipers, are you opening up your angles like this? Are you thinking outside of the box about, oh, I can actually get up close as long as there's not, like, full dive? That's the question.
Yeah, honestly, no. Because even whether for my friends or even solo queue, I always think, like, oh, I don't want to fucking, like, throw my game. I don't want to get yelled at in BC or my friends. And so I'm like, okay, just don't shoot anything at all. Just like,
yeah. Just you're browbeaten by gamer culture. Come on.
I know. I should just not give a shit, turn off EC, whatever, just play my game. But I'm sensitive. I don't want to like throw my friend's games or my own games.
I am too. I'm sensitive too. I'm sensitive too. I've just coached and played this game long enough to know that, like, it's a little bit like you know what's better for the 4-year-old even when they're kicking and screaming. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of like, I don't trust here's the crazy thing. When I take an angle like this as Ana, I don't trust myself to make the play consistently because I kind of suck. Like, I actually straight up think you're probably better at Ana than I am, and I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, that's a real low point for me, you know? So, yeah, I don't trust myself. No, please don't. I don't trust myself to make the play, but I know that even if I whiff it half the time, it's still better than me sitting back here versus a Widowmaker, right? Again, we're using the Widowmaker example here, right? Because I know that even if my teammates flame me, even if I mess it up 50% of the time, it's still going to increase my team's chance of winning the game, whether they're tilted or not. I'm doing them a favor. They won't understand. I'll never hear from them again. Nobody gives a frick. That's kind of where I'm at, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sensitive too, you know. I don't like getting flamed, you know. There's a reason I turn on streamer mode, you know what I'm saying? So like, but that I know in my heart that like even if I screw it up, even if I have no faith in myself, it's still the right play because I've been exposed to this game so many times. Now you don't have that level of exposure that I have because you haven't coached as much as I have. So you just got to take my word for it, right? You're gonna have to take my word for it. You're gonna have to take my word for it that even if you don't have faith in yourself, it's still worth that risk. Because
yeah,
this
even
is
if
a
I
risk.
sorry.
Playing here, sorry. I was gonna say playing here versus Widowmaker is a risk. You are taking a risk, right? Inaction is a risk, right? Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, even if like I do like fuck up my nade in that corner, my existence there is still a threat. Like how a Widowmaker's existence is still a threat, even if she's not hitting a shot.
Yeah, so you do know what you're talking about. Exactly. So, I mean, all this being said, I wouldn't position here necessarily now because of what you're playing versus, but I guess it's more of like the principle here, and I hope that helps. Nice shot, nice nade, nice pocket, nice sleep, nice heal, priority, nice rotation. Probably take the stairs here or walk. Maybe.
I see that. Oh, my DPS are going up. Like I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Still winnable. Oh, so
I got
unfortunate.
scammed. I got scammed.
Yeah, she scammed as you sleep the voices. Okay.
I got scammed. You don't even know, Philo.
My bad. That was a somber sleep. That was a somber sleep. You just didn't know where she was. That was all it.
Yeah.
I honestly think she just died here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We die, and then here is where it's like we just keep losing every single fight, and eventually they'll get in our spawn. We win, but I'm like, oh, this is a perfect close game. Here, I should have just nanoed his ass. I can't hit the shot. I should have just fucking nanoed him or something.
Well, it doesn't matter if you hit the shot or not. The nano's still good. You know where the enemies are, and you know where he is. This fricker's got to get run over. You nano him.
Yeah.
Now.
Why didn't I nano him? Why didn't I nano his ass?
I think probably because you thought, oh no, I'm gonna press the nano and he's gonna die as soon as I nano him. I'm gonna cut you some slack, and because to be honest with you, I do think that might have happened. so you know, like I think like you know we can say that was not a stupid thing that you did. I get it. It's understandable.
And here I'm like, here, unfortunate rotation. I'm here, but
well, you notice the problem with the rotation, right? The rotation is you're like misreading the 4v5 first off. And then in the middle of being kind of indecisive, you're just like, you're floating. You need to commit. I think you commit here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is fine. Like, let's not overanalyze this. You were down one, then they popped an ultimate. Okay.
Yeah.
It happens. I honestly like that fight's not going to kill you. This is the fight that's going to kill you. If you don't win this fight, this is where it's going to get ugly. Because you have the ult situation, you have the positional. You're in theory not going to be 5v4 or 4v5 here.
Right now, I'm in VC, like trying to like cock with my team, and I'm like, okay, I want to nano you, and I'm like, oh shit, Trace is on me. I don't want to die, like, and not nano you, so I walk forward and kind of mind control.
Okay, so you did such a good job with your position here because look at your sight line and look at your cover. You see it? Why are you worried about Tracer? Let me just look at this.
I know.
Look at your HP. Look at your HP. You have more HP than you had like pre-season 9 after taking like 4 clips. You know, just hold the angle, and now you're freaking dead. Or oh my gosh, okay, atrocious. So actually, this is where you need to stay calm. Like you actually did your homework here. You rotated to a nice juicy sight line with distance from all your angles, with cover. The nano and Winston's like fine. Double nano here is fine as well. I mean, honestly, even if you were like, I want to get nano value myself, okay, fine. Find a corner right freaking now. Walk to here. Die in a blaze of glory. But don't stand there, you know, with your eyes crossed and your shoelaces untied.
You're so right. Yeah, I always panic. Even like I see, like I watch that now and I'm like, oh my god, that's like terrible. Everyone's watching me. That person is gold, whatever. Like it's like so easy to see it now, but like when I'm in the game, I get so freaked out over things that it just mean nothing. Like I could have just nanoed myself, fought that Tracer duel as much as I could, stay there, or ape in, walk forward in that corner. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. So this is where like we have to be really careful about like trying to like retroactively be like, oh, I'm so dumb, I should just fix it. It's easy, right? Because like
Yeah.
everybody makes those stupid errors. You're not exactly the main character here, so like everybody acts like brain dead like that at some point or another. Shockingly, you won't believe it, but I do occasionally as well. It's impossible that I still. Yeah, who would have thought?
Swear.
But so what's the problem though? What is the objective strategic problem when you are stressed? What dumb error did you make or have you made multiple times?
I just kind of walk into no man's land.
That's it,
I kind
right?
of just forget.
That's the
Yeah.
problem. That's the expression of the mistake. So rather than being like, let's take some deep breaths, let's go to like a Buddhist temple and practice our deep breathing, and so that you're better. No, frick that stuff. Just find a wall. I don't care if you're stressed. Find cover. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care if you're hyperventilating and all of a sudden you pass out the computer. If you're near a wall, it's okay. We'll tell the ambulance that it was all right. It's like you need to find cover whether you're walking forward, walking sideways, walking backward. When you're stressed, you cover. I don't care if you damage. I don't care if you heal. I don't care who you nano. I don't care if you nano at all. Find cover. That's it.
Yeah, if I was so scared of that tracer, I could have walked into like that room with my BAP and stuff.
Sure.
But I would have been able to take the duel. I forgot I had
You
man
did.
on myself.
You did. So the strategy here is to simplify this complicated psychological trauma that you're undergoing apparently every game, and just say, hey, don't worry about it. I can be stressed. I'm allowed to feel pressure as long as I have cover and I have a game plan of where I'm going. If I make the wrong decision, that's okay. We make mistakes. Just find cover next time. That's okay. If you made the wrong decision here and rotated forward and then died and like, I probably should have stayed here. That's fine. But at least you found cover. We're one level up from where we were last time.
Yeah.
So don't ask, basically I'm saying, don't ask, I need to be calm under these stressful moments. Like, come on, give me a break, right? None of this is just this freaking stressful game. So, right now, this is freaking chaos. This is chaos. But you just need to find a sightline and go. Commit.
And then my soldier advisor's that. And I mean, I guess theoretically I could have maybe walked with him, but
you could have.
I know they have ults, and I'm just trying to well, they have EMP, Kiri, playback.
Let's highlight something. You chose the more conservative option with cover. Okay. That's fine. Because this is not the end of the world. You did get a trade. D.Va is low. You hit the nade. They have to push robot forward. What's directly behind you? I mean, lots of stuff to hide
area,
on, right?
Yeah.
So you should already be thinking, okay, let's go there and let's just start popping shots.
Why am I not going there? Oh,
yeah. And see, this is the problem, right? There's a little bit of panic, and so now you're kind of in the open again. Maybe we go up the stairs here. We got to be quick though. And see, ultimately, do you see how anything that feels bad from here on out is a reflection of lack of cover, bad sightline? Mm-hmm. Not just lack of cover now. Now it's also just, it's kind of like first fight. You just don't really see anything
lack
right
of
now.
planning. I'm not ready.
Yep. Where's the next step? You can't hit a nade. You can't do damage. You can't heal your tank. The nade is late.
Don't worry, I got him. I got my monkey though.
All right. Hey, we got a sightline. See, notice that as soon as you get the sightline, everything feels a little bit calmer. Okay, wait, what the frick are you doing? Wait, my favorite part is I think you actually heard the Sombra and dropped into her. No, you did not. No, you did not. No, you didn't.
I'm not that good.
Okay. Okay. Nano is fine. Let's do it. No, my days.
I know.
Don't wait,
I was
don't
talking
wait.
in VC. I was trying to communicate with my monkey, and it wasn't communicated, and he jumped out.
Yeah, but see, this is where you don't communicate with your mouth. You communicate with your eyes. Look at where your monkey is. Nano, no.
Yeah.
Don't wait until he's starting to back and then critical, because what do you want him to do? He's not gonna
I want him
trust you.
to go in, and I immediately said sorry. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's not the end of the world. You know what? Because you're gonna salvage this by finding a sideline and hitting a fatty. Wait for it. Here it comes. Okay, any moment now. Any moment now.
It's coming.
Here it
The nade's
comes.
coming. The nade's coming. Just give it 12 more seconds.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Get a good sightline here. Okay, good cover here. We're still backing. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, you know what? Actually, we have a kind of a nice sightline now, so maybe it's not the end of the world here.
See, they're gonna have EMP again, so I have to play
yeah.
80
The
million
one-
meters away. See, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking about EMP every single fight. Even
I
when
mean,
they don't have it.
again, to be honest, this is not a bad position. I mean, look at the position that you have here for damage and healing. It's fine. It's just more along the lines of like, we haven't had a good position from you in like 4 minutes, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem. And so the only positions that you seem comfortable with are the ones that are like super far back. Your Winston's dead. It's fine. I would definitely be fishing for a nade here. You must, yeah, because like the defensive nade is going to be a reflection of your lack of offensive nade. Because if you defensively or offensively nade, you see Suzu, you see Fade, you see Recall or Blinks or whatever, and that will take pressure off of your Cassidy more than any amount of healing could. You kind of see what I'm saying? And even like the lack of damage right now, like your Cassie's getting taken over the knee and spanked, and you're just sitting there like, oh, poor guy. Anyway, I'm gonna hide. Right? No, he's taking the pressure for you. You need to shoot people. Right?
Yeah. Use him as just use him as a body.
Yeah, exactly. Like he died so that you could live, and there's just like a lack of pressure right there. So that one would be more of a reflection of a lack of damage. Let's look at the second code here. What are we seeing so far? Objective measures, nothing metaphysical here. Be concrete. What do you got?
Objectively, I kind of waffle around, and I want to be more proactive, but since I tell myself I don't know how to, I just don't.
Okay. Are you on freaking Zarya here?
No. I'm on Miss Legs.
Okay.
It's the same rank. It's all masters. It's all masters.
Okay. So waffling around, indecisive with what sightline that you need, and when you're indecisive, how does that reflect poorly? What mistakes do you make?
When I'm indecisive, I choose bad positions, and I kind of just
What makes them bad?
because I'm not able to play to my character's range, and
Okay.
I'm not able to enable my team with my nade.
Okay. So what needs to be done better? More cover? Better sightline?
More like more planning of like where I can exit, because I don't think about that sometimes. I just need an exit plan.
Anything else?
Maybe a little more creative.
Be specific.
Take a risk reward thing, but think about if the reward is worth the risk. Like if I do die with a nade, do I get a 5-man nade and my monkey jumps on it and kills them all, or am I just gonna die and make the fight really hard for my team?
I think that's reflected in how you tend to position far away and on main. I think when we talk about like a lack of creativity,
Though I knew you
Okay.
were gonna say something.
I'm more concerned with like the lack of like lateral motion.
on my phone.
Yeah, typical Gen Z. Holy crap! You're in the middle of a video game and you're on your phone. Like that's like watching TikToks while you're playing Subway Surfers. Like I actually don't even think that's physically possible.
I'm networking. We gotta get at least 10 million, bro.
Oh, you're
We gotta get At least 10
networking.
million, bro.
Networking. Holy crap! That's gonna be my excuse. Mom, I'm just networking.
Yeah.
Networking. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
making money. Get your money up, not your
Yeah,
money
that's
up.
right. Okay. Let's put the fries in the bag. This is kind of what I was talking about with lateral. All right. So the reason why I specify lateral is because sightline good a lot of the time, right? We talked about exceptions with Widowmakers and stuff like that, but you don't need to be creative. Like, I'm going to run forward and throw an A in the back line, right? Like, that's like the plat mindset, right? But you kind of showcase it here, where you're like, all right, I ain't got a good sightline. So let's swing here.
This room. Yeah.
It's good. It's good. Like, we swing here, Weather Tracer casts whatever is here, even if there's no Genji here, this is good. That's good pressure. That might kill the Cassidy. That might force resources in the Cassidy. The problem is, you still have full HP, corner, sleep dart, and you run away like he's got the plague. This is your angle now. You have flexibility to continue to apply pressure here. Now, you have to respect the Tracer Cassidy, but take the angle.
I guess
here.
in my head, I thought the Tracer would like try and own that room. So I'm like, okay, I don't wanna
So?
feed and fight that. I just
Look at it from her perspective. She has used Blinks to get here. Right? So she's down 1. You still have full HP. You still have sleep dart and shots. If you see a threat on a lane, the best way of dealing with that threat is to look at them. Okay? The worst way to deal with that threat is to just pretend that they don't exist. Okay? which is exactly what you did. I'm not saying that you always have to take this flank. This isn't your flank now that you always have to take. I said so. What I'm saying is that in general, you have a tendency to gravitate back towards main and see what you can impact on the lane in front of you. Instead of thinking, could I pop some shots here? What the frick? There's a crab here. Okay, I've never seen that.
With a bottle of wine too. It's fine dining.
Apparently. Have you ever had crab before? I do not enjoy crab.
I love crab.
Yeah, well, that's okay. You can't always have good taste. So like you kind of make a decision here, which I actually am not against, which you go, okay, right lane is contested. I'm going to go left lane. It's okay. It's okay. Like, I'm actually happy to see you trying things. That sleep dart was heinous, but that's all right.
It was inspirational.
But then you see, like, okay, so Doomfist has used cooldowns. You have anti-nade. What can you do now?
I can go in and do something.
Yeah, go in and do something. Like, sneaky. You know what I'm saying? Like, there just has to be there has to be a little bit more of that killer instinct. Not necessarily in terms of whether you're doing damage or whether you're healing and, like, the whole awkward thing. Just, I want an angle from you. I want a sightline. Like, let's respect some cover and so on, but, like, let's kill somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like my issue is I respect enemy players way too much, and so I'm like, oh, I could never do that. I'm just gonna get one tap from 50 million yards away. I couldn't do that.
Well, here's the difference.
These are shitters. Let me just go at them. You know?
Yeah. Here's the difference. Well, the difference is that you don't want to be that either. That's overcompensation, right? The reality is that if you want to be like the nerdiest possible version of yourself, you look at every engagement as a statistical odds. What are the odds? Equally skilled Ana, equally skilled Tracer. Tracer down a blink. Ana with both Sleep Dart and full HP and a Kiriko nearby. What are the odds that Tracer kills you? Equally skilled.
Low.
Very low, right? Very low.
Tracer.
I don't care if the Tracer's proper. If that's Shu and proper, it's not happening. Maybe it can force Sleep Dart. Maybe it gets maybe it forces the Kiriko to heal a little bit, but the odds are very low, right? Now, no Sleep Dart, no nade, 125 HP. Let's not push in there, okay? Let's not, okay? This is a Junkrat. Let's not push in there. Okay, it's Junkrat, right? You know, get what I'm saying? But it's not about respect. It's about accurate calculations, you know? And so what you need to do is you need to practice when and where am I fearful for no reason, because then I'm letting my team suffer for the risk that I'm not willing to take. Because when you don't help contest this here when you should, you know who pays the price? You're Genji. He pays the price for that.
Yeah.
He pays the price for that, you know? So you're just a coward. You're not respectful. I felt so good to say, I'm not going to lie. It's cathartic, really. It's, you know, the session is
flame in me,
it's
chat.
It's great. Sure. Frick that guy.
And it's like, I think in my head, I still think they're on Widow, but now they're not. So I'm like, okay, I can peek again.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, let's be honest. This is like freaking cancer to play here. Like, I don't like this position at all. It's not like any crazy angles, but you know, you gotta play your sight lines, play your cover, look for opportunities to kind of peek around when you have nade here. And you can even, like, I even say, like, your awareness to check this. Hey, what's going on over here? What's going on over here? Like, being aware of where that is. I respect it. It's good stuff.
It's like, can I really do anything here? And I'm like, no, not really.
Not
I'll just
really.
go back.
Grandma can't walk on, so yeah. Yeah, a lot of your problems with Ilios is probably that. It's like the verticality aspect feels really bad, right? So, but like there's ways that you can play around it. You can still be sneaky with nade. Like this rotation from you here. This is good. Why not? This is where we're fighting. Okay, as long as there's no Widow swap here, I'm cooking. I would not use Sleep Dart there. It's just, he's going to have to get closer at some point, you know? So punish him when he's a little bit closer.
I remember thinking, oh wait, he's gonna have ult soon, and I don't have Sleep Dart for it now.
Yeah, old or not though, you know, let him make a little bit more of a commitment before you hit the sleep. Because even if he slept there, like there's not a lot your team can really do about it. Like turning into
here is bad. I'm like,
okay, these sleep darts have to be a little bit more calculated. You have this. This is like the third sleep dart that you've like, oh, this is like a really easy target to hit, and you're like, you know what? My crosshair's right on them. Let's flick it down. That's good. That's really good. Relax. Make yourself take the extra half a second and force yourself to track more, less flicking.
Yeah.
Not that you're not allowed to flick ever, like at last second adjustment, you know? But like this person's walking in a straight line and you're like, let's flick down here. Why? Nobody knows. It's a mystery. Now, if it makes you feel any better, this is a really consistent problem with Honest, myself included, where it's like, because sometimes you have to make last second adjustments, your brain's like, I need to always make a last second adjustment. Where? I don't know. Just somewhere random. Let's flick over here. Who knows? You know. So try to work on that. Just being a little bit more patient with it, because we saw it with the Doomfist as well. Like, you actually flicked off of the Doomfist and then missed the Sleep Dart, shockingly.
Yeah.
Good nano. Well timed. There's people close here, so good stuff.
Right now, and there I'm like, I threw everything for my team because I just freaked out more about like points. So like, oh my god, guys, the Tracer's touching.
Maybe.
It's not my job to like check the Tracer touching. I just gotta tell my team, and if she touches, she touches. Whatever, you know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. As in, yeah, you should have prioritized in dodging Doomel, but I'm gonna be real. I don't think there's really anywhere for you to go. I mean, maybe, but yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I'm just not ready, and I'm just
yeah. I mean, the big thing there is that you needed to sleep the Tracer. You sleep the Tracer, everything's cooking, you know. But that's fine. Nana was good. Nade was probably pretty reasonable. So I don't care. Okay, sightline here is really good. This is actually more forethought than you put into Runasapi, which is hard because it's push, but like this is good. This is really nice. You should feel proud of this. This nice little rotation we got going here. She's looking for pulse bomb. Yep.
Yeah. You can tell when they start walking in a straight line.
This is fine, but we need more pressure here.
After this little fight kind of like goes in our favor, I should go on the bridge with my Cassidy.
Yeah. Because like you want a sightline, right? So like your sightline here is okay for now, but like there's not a lot you can do with it. So then like, okay, as you feel more confident and more comfortable and you see some cooldowns, like let's walk forward. Let's get to here. Okay, and then let's rotate to here, you know? Like it's kind of what we're talking about with Runasapi, right? Like you don't have to be scared of Doomfist if you have Sleep Dart and Nade in front of your team.
Yeah.
Now if it was Winston and there's a Echo Mercy flying in the air and there's Genji and like, yeah, sure. But like it's kind of take the information that's given and be like, what rotation should I take? And I think maybe more than any skill today, I want you to practice look at enemy. Where can I rotate to for a sightline for nade and damage? Let them decide where you go. Like right here, you hit nade on Doomfist. Can you rotate forward right now? And if so, where?
I feel like I have to do something.
I think so too.
Bit.
I think so too. Like, but there's a good and a bad way of pressing your advantage, right? And you're about to do the bad way. Why?
Because I'm just like, I always just freak out about like just wanting to heal my tanks, and I don't have nade here. If I had nade, I could be able to hit my 2 DPS right now, but I don't have nade or whatever those.
All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you. You did better than I thought you would. I thought for sure you're just gonna run it down mid.
Just gonna walk down main.
yeah. I thought for sure, but you actually opened up your angle to the left. You could have also opened up your angle to the right. Like, just give yourself a little bit of a better vision. That's safe. So this is okay, honestly. Like, you drop because you don't think you're gonna be able to see your Zarya, and it was fine. Like, I mean, this is fine. This is a fight that goes really messy. You could still actually win this 1v1 here. Like this is the kind of stuff that I'm gonna become a nun. Like this is driving me nuts. Like you have such a nice little spot here. This fight is still reasonably winnable. Doomfist just punched on you. Murder him. I don't think you will, but you can try. It's like, oh please, I'm just gonna close my eyes and pretend it's not there. No, that is your problem. Your problem. Just like this Tracer was your problem. You remember?
Yeah.
It's your problem. When you looked your Sombra in their Sombra in the eyes on Runasapi, you killed her like every time, right? You dealt with a threat every time. This is your problem. You must deal with it. If you don't deal with it, you will die. You know, you don't increase your chances of living. So just in general, being willing to confront things that are contesting you and not even being confident, just being like, okay, well, I have to, otherwise I'm going to die. I'm going to die. So might as well just die and take some of his HP down, you know?
It's just a mosquito I have to squat.
Right, exactly. A very, very large mosquito, but yes. Okay, let's watch one more round here. That work for you?
The second round is where we lost that one.
The Widowmaker. Love it.
And
I like this rotation from you actually. This is pretty nice.
And then it feels like my cast got picked off. All right.
Relax. I can see what you're gonna do. You're gonna like, I go back and help my character go. No, you don't. Shoot, nade. You need a sideline. It's not your job. Oh, I see. Look at you. I have no faith in you. I should be ashamed of myself.
I wouldn't either. I got scammed.
It's fine. I respect what you did. That's good. That's actually pretty good. You see this. This is.
Keep watching.
Oh! See? That's you playing the percentages. Now, you started the fight really poorly, but for her to get here, first off, she has to gamble that you have 0 CDs. She had to use blinks to get here. She doesn't even have 2 blinks right now. So you should be able to hit a shot here. You don't? She also steals Mega. But bounce nade is a thing, you know? And you know what? She's freaking dead. Goodbye. Good stuff. Nice. You walk
That's
into the
unlucky.
open. You walk into the open. And first off, this is dumb, but this is dumb regardless. Why is this dumb? Think outside the box here. This is not the rotation.
May as well. Yeah, if I'm so scared about Widow, I should just assume she's somewhere
Yeah, I mean this
in
this
that
this is
area.
you're right.
She's gonna be somewhere there.
So run it
I
down
should
here.
double it
Let's
Double it
go.
with my cast.
Yeah, run it down here. Exactly. So this was Doom punishes you for a sightline that was contested by Widow. Kind of goes back to what we were talking about in late Runasapi, right? Yes, the Widow sucks, but when they go Widow, that means there's one fewer DPS in those small rooms. So you're just more free to angle however you'd like. Like I wouldn't walk into a Doomfist on purpose, but I'm not scared of Doomfist if I walk in here. I'm like, oh, hi, surprise. You
And
just,
I'm like,
you
okay,
just,
no,
you just,
don't.
you always end up on main. You always end up right stack smack dab in the middle of your team, surrounded from 3 different angles.
I think my goal is mega, like kind of area.
Yeah, but that's where you're not thinking about what's given. You're thinking about, oh, what I always do in this map. You kind of get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like when you have information, okay, Widow's there. I need to move. I need to not peek her. Okay, so she's dead now. Okay, so then I can play the longest sightline that I want. I don't need to be in the middle of the open here. And so here, you don't need to walk forward. You just need to find a corner. You just need to find cover, right? A lot of your movement and your rotations lack deliberate purpose. They just kind of feel like they happen, and sometimes good, sometimes bad, but it's mostly by accident. And I think you touched on that earlier, right? Like, let's say you want to play more conservatively here. You could do a deliberate rotation to top left, read the battlefield, and go from there. Let's say the Widow's still in the field. Okay, we're going to rotate from here. Okay, the Widow's not in the field, so I'm going to start here and then rotate from here to here. Let's see what you do. I'm going to make you practice it one more time here as well. With the information that you have, I say that as soon as Meteor Strike comes out. Okay.
I didn't think we would do on top of there. I was like, I'm gonna sleep it. I'm gonna sleep it, guys. I'm gonna sleep
That's
it.
all right. That's all right. That's all right. That one wasn't okay. So let's say here. Let's say here, right here. Are you pleased with the sightline, the angle, the vision that you have right now?
It's not too bad. Like,
I agree.
Like not
It's
like
alright.
this. Yeah, it's like okay.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Let's get that nade though. Any nade? Can you get a nano blade going? Blade here. Nano. Nade. Nothing. A little late. A little late. So then you have to use it defensively. Maybe you had to do it defensively either way. Rush sleep dart. You notice it?
Yeah.
I know gold on us. I wouldn't miss that. And I've also seen you hit sleep darts that were way harder than that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
It's not a mechanical thing. Just relax. Force yourself to take the extra half a second if you need to. Like, you're going to choke sleep darts. Like, that's just, like, a part of the game. But you can reduce the amount of chokes by forcing yourself to relax a little bit more. True story. I got a 2K out of nade from that from spawn once. First time ever done
Really?
that. Yep. All right. I lied.
Wait,
We're
we
gonna watch
won
a little
that?
bit more.
I didn't. I thought we lost that, to be honest.
Oh, we
I
did.
guess
You
that's
did
why.
lose that. No, you won the first round.
Yeah, I thought that was just a 2 loss in a row thing. This is my worst one. This is my worst offender, and it's like my friend's like, dude, just play that high ground, like just play
Sure.
here, and I'm like, I always get poked out here, and I feel like I just can't do anything. Like I feel
All
like
right, let's find out.
I don't know how to play it, and I don't know what I'm freaking out about right now. I don't know what I'm
It's
schizo, but
Tracer. And then she goes to point. You're late on the nade here. So
yeah.
you hear Tracer, and then you're like, oh no. I mean, it's important. Unfortunate. It's an empowered punch, which sucks. But like, yeah, I mean, you could just kind of chill here. And then if you need to rotate, you can drop to whatever. Like right now, you don't have a great sideline, but so then you drop to here. Good sleep.
I should have. I didn't have nade, and I didn't
yeah,
realize
that's fine,
that my
that's
Genji
fine.
was gonna like
fine,
ape
that's fine.
it.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh no, what the hell?
This is why you're having a hard time in this map. This Doomfist is using the verticality, and basically every cooldown you have is panic mode. You miss nade because, you know, you get empowered punched again. The sleep dart gets parried because you're not thinking about the perk. Relax.
Oh yeah, I'm not used to the Doom perk. I'm still
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, that's all right. It is still new. Okay, let's take some space here. We rotate top eventually. Do you see the rush here? It's just panic. Like the reason this map has gone so poorly, I think taking top and just kind of pressuring from there is probably fine. If you get poked out, you can drop. That's all right. But what's happening is like you're demoted to plat level right now with how you're using your cooldowns. You're nading Doomfists who are at full HP when you're also full HP. You're sleeping parry, and that's when you're actually even getting the sleep dart off in the first place. You're standing mostly in the open, so basically every punch is hitting on you. just relax. Like, I know it's hard to say just relax, forehead, you know what I'm saying? But you need to try to force yourself to be like, I'm not doing well when I'm under a lot of pressure. So me putting this pressure on myself doesn't serve a purpose. If I die, fine. But I'm going to force myself to take that extra half of a second, right? Like,
need to try and like focus on, okay, there's a lot of stuff here, but what can I do? Like, what am
yeah. And honestly, like, biggest thing is just let yourself, it's okay to screw up. It's okay to die. It's fine. Like, if you nade this,
get mad at me or my teammates, it's okay to.
well, they're gonna get mad at you regardless. That's the point, right? Like, you're never gonna please those son of a guns, right? So like, you focus on doing what feels right in the moment, and then live with the repercussions. Like, this nade felt like the right thing to do in the moment. Are you vulnerable to Doomfist? Maybe. Seems like a pretty decent risk calculation here. So don't go, oh no, I died to Doomfist. I should have saved my nade. No, you jackass. It seemed like a pretty good call in the moment. So play your cover, hold your sleep, and live with your choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a reasonable risk in the moment. If you nano your ball here, seems good to me, right? He's crit. He's in the middle of the fight. Okay, let's do it. You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna join the call on my phone for a second.
Yeah, that's all right. All
Okay,
good?
I'm here. All good.
All right. This position's pretty good. You got a good sight line. You got good cover. That's crazy. The problem is you just got a little bit far from cover after you initially got pressured. So you notice as you get pressured, you rotate in the open, right? And you kind of hover. You do a lot of this. Just commit. Tuck in here. Make him come in here. Nice headshot. Because you're like so freaking close to living this. Like so close to living this. But regardless, you died, but you made it expensive. So I can live with that. And so can your team. Looks okay, right? Decent sightline. Good shots. Seems good. I saw the vision. Sleep dart's a little bit rushed, but I saw the vision. Relax, you got him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like
sure.
really thinking, okay, wait, you only have like 80 HP or so. Just do what I can. Make a trade.
And you did. You got him. Good stuff. So, like, you're dying, but it's pretty consistently expensive. So, you could nade that, honestly, at that distance. Like, they're at such a distance. Oh, that nade was rushed. You missed it. See, that's the stuff which you're like, I want that back. You know, it's not the death earlier, or it's the, oh, I had the time to set it up, and, you know, I rushed it still. This is fine. Good use of cover here. Needed to hit a shot sooner. You notice that you rotate in the open. Just quickly tuck into here. That's good. Oh, dear. That again. And then the nade. You notice that? It's just small things. It's small things. This has been actually less positionally this particular round.
I'm just like making it so easy for him.
Right, more just panic with the CDs and a little bit of cover. A little bit of cover here. Okay. No. Come on. You got this. Like, you got this. Don't. We need you.
I can do it.
You can do it. We've seen you do it so many times. And you can kind of tell, like, this is like making you gun shy. We talked a little bit this with Runesapi, where sometimes your positional decisions are getting you burned. This one actually feels like the opposite. This one feels like some of your cooldown mechanics or your panic is failed a couple times, and so now you're just scared to do anything with it. Reality is that the idea of what you're doing with the cooldowns is reasonable. You just needed to relax a little bit. So, obviously, a bit of a clip dump here with concepts, but what stands out to you? If you could pick 2 things to practice, what would you do? 2 things. Basic fundamentals.
Is my cooldown like? Wait, what?
2 things to practice. I didn't say anything. You're good. So relax with your cooldowns. You said, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're like planning exit strategy, and then thinking about, because I have nade, where can I go?
Sure.
Like thinking about how my nade affects my positioning.
Sure. Exactly. Some other details in there as well. You can go back and watch the VOD and take notes, because, you know, you strike me as an extremely studious person. So, but, you know, obviously, like, that's where we're going to start with. Any questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I want to say thank you again. I'm really excited, and I'm glad